Alright, what's up you guys? Seth Chilcutt here, your host for Chop and Shaken. Today we're going to make a dill salmon and a raspberry lemon drop, just perfect for date night. Tonight we're going to make dill salmon with roasted vegetables and a lemon drop with a little bit of a twist. So first we're going to actually rim the sugar onto our cocktail glasses. We're going to do so by running a lemon around the edge and then rolling it in some cane sugar. We're going to then toss those in the freezer. That way they'll be nice and set on there for the duration of dinner when it all comes around. All right, now we're just going to turn the oven on to 425. A little hot, but it'll be perfect for the salmon. And the best part about learning to cook and learning to make cocktails is just the constant change in flavors in your household, the change in smells, the change of ingredients. Everything always is a little bit of different inspiration in your life, and that's what I want to share with you guys, is just how your life can be changed with simple recipes, easy recipes to pick up, and you'll impress all of your friends and family. And that's the whole point that I'm going for here by sharing this series with you guys. It's not to show off any skills, it's not to show off anything like equipment wise, it's really just to be like, listen, you can do this at home too. You really, really can. I absolutely promise you that. I'm not giving you recipes that are too hard for you to follow. You can totally follow these and make these for all of your friends. So first we're going to get the busy work out of the way and chop all the vegetables. I'm not the best at chopping vegetables, so we're going to get through this pretty quick. But what I like to pair with my salmon, as you'll see here, is cauliflower, onions, zucchini, and some bell peppers. So I dice all those up to a similar size, smaller size florets, decently sized dices of onion, some thick zucchini because of how soft it is. I know it's going to cook for less time, but since we're doing it in one big batch, it's all going to go in at the same time. So thicker zucchini, thinner onion, smaller florets, and decently sized dices of bell pepper is going to be perfect for you. Then I'm going to put some olive oil over the top, and I've got some granulated onion, some granulated garlic, some rosemary, and then an herb mixture, and that's what I'm going to sprinkle all over the top. So the spices can vary to you and your taste, but you don't want to go completely opposite of your salmon. Keep it in the same ballpark. Since I'm doing a dill salmon, the rosemary is a combative spice, but not too far. It's close enough that it can stay on the same plate together. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty bad at mixing vegetables by hand. As you'll see, I spill and I spill and I spill, and my girlfriend just keeps getting upset, spilling all over the floor, spilling all over the countertops. I'm terrible. So every time I spill, she's giving me that glare. You know that glare. They're like, are you serious? Really? Trying to be quiet behind the camera. Really? Oh, another one? Oh, you're gonna drop that too? Just throw it all on the floor. It's fine. It's fine. Really, it's fine. So now we're just gonna throw those veggies in the oven at 425 while we prepare the salmon. The vegetables will take the longest, around 30 minutes, give or take your sizes and quantities. Now to start prepping the salmon, we need to make our dill butter. Melt this butter ever so slightly so that when you stir it, it isn't fully liquidized, but instead it's like a thick yet runny consistency, so you want to feel a resistance when you stir it, but you want it to be able to pour out on its own. Then you're just going to add some lemon juice, a healthy amount of dill, a dash of salt, and the secret move is about a tablespoon, maybe a little more, of sugar. That sugar is going to help it stick to the salmon to give it maximum flavor. All right, let's talk salmon a little bit. So Pacific salmon is going to be the best stuff you can buy. Just that's how it is. Salmon in the Atlantic has disappeared in large and is reserved now mostly for sport fishing. So any Atlantic salmon that you're going to buy at a store was farm raised. So Pacific salmon is going to be pricier and isn't as available, but it is absolutely the better cut of fish. Now what I've got here is a steelhead trout, but it is certainly from the salmon family, tastes nearly the same, and it shares that same familiar pink flesh. If you want to get really bold and get the best salmon that you can, seek out Chinook or king salmon, and that will absolutely elevate your dish. I think it's really important to know that salmon can be finicky to cook for people who are unfamiliar. Think of it like a steak. The most prized steak is often a perfect medium rare, a good sear on the outside with some blood on the inside that just absolutely melts in your mouth. Now, it isn't as easy to notice the development of cooking by color in a salmon, but it behaves in a very similar way. As I'm sure many of you know, a good cut of salmon makes great sushi, and that's as a raw fish. So we can apply that thought process to our salmon tonight. You want to go for a noticeable color change on the outside of the fish, where it almost develops a pastel-like pink. But if you're just barely peered inside the fish, you could still see that orangey pink that you're looking for, and you're going to be in great shape. If the whole salmon all the way through is that white pink pastel color though, you've gone too far. Your fish is going to be dry and tacky, and that's why so many people don't love salmon like they should, because they haven't commonly had it cooked right. In the meantime, we're going to move on to our lemon drop. Alcohol. You want to taste the alcohol. You want to know that you're going to be a little bit impaired. I don't know if you know that you're going to be impaired with this drink. It's just a lovely, tart, but also sweet beverage of choice. And yeah, it's a little extra effort to put those raspberries in. You need that little strainer. You gotta get it all done right. Get that extra juice from the raspberries. And you could make it without the raspberries and it would be just fine. But it adds a different layer to things. A really different layer to things. Now, I did a little research on the origins of the lemon drop and its rise to fame in the cocktail world as an absolute classic. It's said, according to cocktailbook.com, that the lemon drop originated around 1970 in the Golden Bay, San Francisco that is, at a bar called Henry Africa's, run by Norman Hobday, or better known as Henry Africa. Shocker. Hobday and his bar are also credited with being the first fern bar due to all the lush green plants around the place. Henry Africa sold back in '83 and is no longer in business, but the lemon drop is still around and clearly has been a classic. Now, as one would expect, the drink likely received its name from the popular lemon-flavored sugar-coated candy that you'd find at corner stores. Now, in Duggan MacDonald's book, Drinking the Devil's Acre, Hobday explained his belief that if he could create a drink ladies would love, the guys would follow and his bar would be ever successful. It absolutely worked. Classically, Hobday believed that the lemon drop should be served in a cocktail glass because it looked lovely in a woman's hand. So we're going to do exactly that tonight, but a little bit of a twist to the recipe. Now that extra twist that you saw is those mashed raspberries. Those raspberries are going to give that extra depth, a different flavor to this nice sugary drink. What else you've seen me pour in is some vodka, some triple sec, some simple syrup, and some lemon juice. Now I know I should use real lemon juice, and every bartender in the world is screaming at me. I'm sorry. This is what I have tonight. After we give it a good shake, we're going to pop this bad boy open and pour into our cocktail glasses. That is our sugar-rimmed perfect raspberry lemon drop. And now it should be time to check on the salmon and the veggies. We might be ready for dinner. What can I say? Perfect timing. Fish is done. Vegetables are done. Let's pull them out of the oven. Let's check them. Our vegetables are a nice soft texture. They've been cooked all the way through. They're not overly hard. They're not overly soft. They're just absolutely perfect, nicely seasoned. And then we move to the salmon. It's not overcooked. You can see there's still a little bit of that rawness coming through. It almost pokes through like a different color at each individual crest in the fish. And it is time to plate up. Perfect date night dinner is exactly what we got here. Salmon, vegetables, raspberry lemon drop. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to go enjoy it. Until next time, enjoy your salmon, enjoy your lemon drops, make a drink for me. Cheers it up. Let's have a good time. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you for episode 2 on Chop and Shake. Oh, and also though, follow us on Twitter or Instagram. Both are at Chop and Shake. So that's cool. Share us with your friends and family. Might help us a little bit. Just share and subscribe, follow. It'll all work out in the end.